Hey guys, IB2 Mark Devereaux coming at you. Welcome back to part 2 of the pros and cons of buying this 80 acres, which is my March 23rd postseason scouting trip and spring-summer to-do list checkup on the 80 out here at Byron. I'm not too good with titles, and I'm not too good at niching down to one subject either. If you watch a lot of my videos, you know that I jump around subjects a lot. I don't know, I guess I just have a lot of interest. But anyway, today, like I said in the last video, we're going to dive into this cool bedding area that was created by logging the property a few years ago, and then get down to a stand we call Beach Corner, and then we're going to pop out. I think we're going to pop through the woods here to a man-made pond, through some switchgrass, check out the field edge, hop in the truck, check out another food plot area, come around, headed back to the west toward the road, another pothole pond area, and then just circle back to camp, and that'll be our tour for the 23rd here. So a lot of cool features. I spend quite a bit of time in the bedding area, just kind of looking at some features that, you know, they were made on purpose, but they were made by doing the logging and then letting nature do its thing. So it's a really cool area, and this property has a lot of features that were already built in. So that was another one of the selling points for me as a deer hunter. So I don't know, as you're looking for property, maybe you can pick something up on these couple of videos on what you might want to be looking for, and maybe what's out there. So without much more talking, let's go get them. It's definitely what I think we consider good bedding cover. You can see rubs. Get little openings out here, thick with browse. Maybe too thick in some spots, but big enough openings to get through. As we kind of walk through this area, got this natural browse in here. So food within reach. Definite deer run right here. Coming down through the center. Got little high spots on either side. And then as you stand up, you can see a fair amount of distance. But again, as you get down to the deer's level, which is right here, you know, we can't see out to that spot we were just at, looking at the stand. And then you got these little pocket openings in here. Good stuff. This is a little pocket in here. See, you got browse going on. All this multiflora, rows, and then looks like a deer's been laying right here. You can see where they maybe lay up in there a little bit, but there's also a nice big buck rub right here. So again, that stand is right out here. And I'm 6 foot tall off the ground right now. If I get down to 4 foot, 3 foot, where a deer is, this is beautiful stuff. See, there's the things you find out when you're post-season scouting. You figure it's true, but got a big rub up here, rub right here. I'm kind of on the little run. all kinds of pellets. Rub, rub, another rub. I believe looks like bed right here. Should make pretty good sense if you had your back to the brush and the wind in your face, or vice versa. Just a couple steps from where I was. It's a deer bed. You see the hair. Kind of up against the butt of this log here. Looks like there might be another bed down in there. You can see you got these, you probably can't see on the camera, there's these little undulations in here, little high spots. And like I'm in a little low spot. This is a little high spot, kind of where the bed is. So it's definitely good cover being used. So we'll work on keeping it, enhancing it. There's a older buck rub, but a good sized one. And you got opportunity for bedding right here, around the other side. Cover in front, back, sides. You got escape, escape, escape. So it's a good spot. And there's another buck rub right there. Old one. Deer pellets. And there's definitely deer hair right here. There's some more up here. See how it's flat. Escape, escape. Cool stuff. I see this little spot right over here. It's got a little opening. I don't know if there's any beds in there, but I'm gonna go check it out. My hunch is that we can find evidence. Well, I don't know if we find a deer bed, but found a dead possum. Looks like it could be a good opportunity though for a deer or two or three to hunker down in here. If you start looking around, you can see that this was logged off a few years ago. The big hardwood trees have been taken out. And then what we're left with are these tops. So these tops are creating your side cover, which you can see up over them when we're up high, right? But when we're down low, it's great side cover. Another benefit of logging the property. And then you get these browse right here. And this is all when you're trying to create habitat for bedding. This is what you're trying to create. So you see this huge stump right here. There's a sizable tree that was taken out, which then opens up that whole canopy. And you know, I didn't get the logs off of this, but somebody did. But it's created tremendous habitat for not only deer, but just other wildlife that uses it. not sure how old this logging is, but I would say it's 5 years or so. Got some deer running. I can't see them, but I know that I have a tree stand right over here where this top is, but that's 70, 80 yards away right now. I would never see a deer in here, even from an elevated stand position. And then at this time of the year, I can see we have a box blind right through there, right through that beech tree. And then just to the left of it, we have what we call a beech corner stand. And again, this time of the year, you can see down in here a little bit, but hunting season, when foliage is on and whatnot, you cannot see in here. And so the deer are ultra secure. And they have a lot of what they need right in here. The reason it's so thick, again, is it has sunlight. Stand we call beech corner. It's in a beech tree and it's kind of in the corner here. The bedding area I just came through was out here. And then we have a trail that kind of goes down through the bedding area. Well, not so much bedding on this side, but good bedding on that side, and that trail goes back. And then this trail continues out to a food plot down there. So we kind of have a little three-way corner here. So we set up a stand. Haven't killed a deer out of there yet, but seen some. Again, this is where the diversity of the property comes in. It kind of came off a little high, and then it does drop down again here on this would be south and west side. Gets down into a little area that will hold water part of the time of the year, and you got some of these little potholes in here. So again, it just creates diversity, different plant life, water throughout the year. This hole, this is pretty good size. Kind of wished it drained faster than it did, but you can see up in there a fair amount of water still, but you can get through it. And again, a few of these trees have been logged off. You got these big tops in here. This is one of the ponds we call the Frog Pond. It's man-made. Usually quite a few frogs in here in the springtime. Fair amount of deer tracks. Connector food plot connects over to this tree line, back to this tree line. Do have some fruit trees out here. Check them out here, see how they're doing. This one looks like he's getting nipped off right as he comes out. Not sure how healthy it is. Feels green. And there's another 1 or 2 or 3 down there. Tough competition with this tall switchgrass though. I hopped back in the truck and headed down to a food plot area we call South Central. It's on the south border, and it's kind of centrally located between the east and west sides. So we call it the South Central food plot here. It's actually one little circular plot connected by another circular plot, and this is where I shot a nice doe this past opening gun season, November 15th of 2024. But this is a mostly clover plot. I had planted it with brassica clover mix 2 years ago, and now the clover is taking over again, and it looks like there's enough clover in there that we're just going to go ahead and maintain that clover and get it to grow again good this year. And so I don't really have to replant these 2 little plots right here. So that's one good thing about doing a kind of annual perennial mix. It'll come up for you the next year. And if you want, with that perennial clover, you can probably get 3 or 4 good years out of it if you're okay with not planting something that's annual, such as a brassica. So now I'm going to hop over here, get on the trail. This is, can't remember what we call this box blind, but I had a good encounter with a decent buck in this area this past year. The one that he kind of busted me and winded me, but off to the right here is a continuation of the crop field, which was beans this year, and off to the left is kind of just it's a overgrown finger that will bud out and separate these 2 fields. So just to the left over there, 50-60 yards, is this field wraps around. So you get up to this point here, and we kind of got a bottleneck where at some point over the years here, I'm going to enhance this area and make it a little more huntable, less access and more hunting here as we improve the habitat in the center of the property over the coming years. And then you can see the switchgrass connector trail that we have that grows up nice, and you can kind of use it for access from the kind of the west side back to the east side here. Again, you want to be careful with your access, because obviously I have trouble getting in and out of here in these crop fields, especially with short crops with deer in them, whether it be in the morning or whether it be in the evening. So I don't necessarily like to do that. But we're headed back kind of toward the road, and going to check out one of the Pothole pond areas. I really like the diversity and the cover that this area off to the left provides. It kind of connects the west side with the east side, and it's got grasses, short shrubs, willows, elm, all kinds of softwoods, a few hardwoods mixed in, and it really provides good bedding, good cover, good transition, good travel routes. And I like to come in from the south side to hunt it, so again, I got to get some things squared away to make that better, but it really sets up pretty good. Just got to continue to tweak setups and continue to learn how the deer are going to use it and what things we can do to help enhance and see if we can promote movement in the areas that we want. But really cool property, lots of diversity, lots and lots of features. Here's another cool area, kind of, I call them pothole ponds, another duck pond. This trail kind of leads in, and again, we'll have like 3 trails coming together here, but you see the pond out there with the willows, and I was surprised there was no ducks on it. There usually is. But depending on how much water we get in any given year, as the I've seen it dry and I've seen it this wet, so that's the variation. But there's a trail that comes in here and it'll lead off to the right, and then it'll also curve around on the other side of that pond. So this is kind of a triangular area in here that I tried to have a setup in. You can see the ladder stand back there, and I'm not a huge fan of where that is from a killing a deer standpoint, but I like the area with the funnel feature of the pond pushing the deer around, and the thickness of the area back there is kind of a bedding area, so I just gotta figure it out a little bit better. As soon as we get back in the truck, heading toward the road, you kind of start to see that we do have switchgrass planted out by the road, and we do have one row of pine trees. Probably add another row of pine trees, but off to the left here is a wildflower area that will continue to enhance. And then, like I said, I'm gonna plant probably another 3 rows of pine trees anyway, and throw some miscanthus in there. You can see that miscanthus growing up down here at the end, and we're just kind of coming back to camp. And eventually, the new house is going to be off to the right here. Coming up in just a little bit, you can see the markings of where I had the tiller out here, kind of laying out the driveway, just right there. See that discoloration as we're crossing it right here. So that'll kind of be the setup, and then roll back into camp as it is right now with the old 12 by 16 off-grid deer camp. It's working out nicely. Great fun. Works out great. Then we go ahead and swing a quick left, and we're kind of headed out the trail to the road, and turn to the right here a little bit, and we're back out on the road. So appreciate you coming along. I'll continue to update as I do some more post-season scouting. Till then, let's go get them.